Awesome. We are live. Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are having the best night. If you guys are here with us, say hello. And if you guys are catching the replay,
Hello.
thank you so much for catching the replay. I'm here with my incredible friend, Joe Fedek, and I am super excited, everyone, because we have got an incredible virtual workshop coming up in T-minus basically 9 days on the 19th of December. And we are going to be here to just share a little bit about this. So if you're somebody who's been feeling a little bit stuck, it's been a super tough year this year. We understand. We were there right through all of these waves with you. And we wanted to be able to put on this event to be able to regroup so that we can go into 2021 feeling more confident in who we are, where we're going. So I would love to introduce you guys all to my amazing friend, Joe. We actually met at the beginning of this year. And we partnered together to do some online presentations earlier in the year for the health and wellness company we're both partnered with. And he is just the most incredible soul. Like literally, we just like vibed right from the very start. And it was such an awesome friendship that we've created over this year. And he is a personal empowerment coach. And he is just one of the most inspiring men that I've like ever met. So I'm super excited to be partnering with him for this workshop. So thank you so much, Joe. I'm so excited for it.
Oh, thank you so much too. And I think we should do one of these just to kick things off.
Let's
get
go.
it started up. I love that. I feel so much like I'm getting like called into a fight or something like that, getting hyped up.
You're like, go.
You make me feel so damn good and special.
Over here. Look at it.
Yeah.
Ready.
Ali, maybe that was it. Just the way you hyped me up there made me feel so good. And thank you for having me. Like you said, we connected at the beginning of this pandemic through some other mutual friends. And it's just crazy how friendships, relationships, how just one interaction can lead to so much. In just a short period of time, we've learned our skills, our talents, what's worked for us, what has made a very challenging year actually come out to be a very like fruition, like lots of fruition, benefit a lot of things from this year and, take away from it. But I do have to remind myself that there is a dark period right now, right? A lot of people are going through some dark times. Just know that, hey, it takes one interaction sometimes, one belief in yourself, just a little bit of direction, a little bit of insight, and some people that have maybe been in a dark place and have laid out some steps, learned some ways to get out and to live just abundantly. And I like to think of myself as that, and you as well. And it wasn't too long ago, and I graduated collegiate track and field, that I really lost my identity, I felt. And I didn't have my ability to compete anymore. And I really didn't have, the worst of all, direction or a vision for what I wanted in my future. And because of that, I ended up going down a path of, personal destruction. It might not seem bad. It might seem normal for a lot of people, but it got worse and worse and worse. I was very, very unhappy with the work I was doing, unsatisfied, just knew I had more to give. And I just wasn't in alignment. And it led me to substance abuse, a lot of depression, sadly, often thought about not wanting to be alive. And, it took that one person that I did not realize when I hadn't seen him in over 5 years, that it took one person that was doing some personal development to see through a mask that I had been wearing on and pretending to be happy for so long, and just take a stand and say, you don't seem like you're all that fulfilled and happy. Like fast forward 8 months from that conversation, when Drop the Guard and introduced me to personal development in an event that did change my life, and realized the things that were holding me back and started getting rid of them one by one, and started replacing them with things that I was learning and tools and little ways to get clear on what I really did want, what my purpose was, what my passions are, and how I could serve this world better. And over the last 3.5 years, 4 years of doing that, I've learned a lot. And I've learned a lot from this young lady as well in such a short period of time. And it's so absolutely incredible when you get to align with people like this, combine your skills, realize that, hey, it really does take just a couple little steps sometimes, a little bit of clarity on where you want to go and belief in yourself, even in challenging times. And we want to deliver that stuff to you as well. But I am just so pumped up to introduce you as well back to the crowd that may know you and maybe some new people. And if anybody on my page here is unfamiliar with Laura, please go follow her. She is absolutely incredible. And she is a coach of her own. I want her to tell you quite a bit more about that, because that is really where I feel the connection and the energy. You'll give a little bit of it away, but I want you to tell everybody what you do, what you specialize, how you get into that, and maybe a little bit of your backstory as well, of where you were at and how you became the Laura, the version that I know today. And I've actually seen you grow so much in the last 9 months, 8 months, that it's insane. So without further ado, Laura, please tell us your specialty in coaching, what you do, and then I think you should give them some little nuggets and little tips of what to expect in this badass workshop that we got coming up.
So good. Can we like put a hell yeah in there in the comments for Joe? Tap on that like love button there and just send him some love. Absolutely incredible, seriously. And I can relate a lot to wearing that mask. And I didn't even know I was wearing a mask, so I'll explain my story. But for those of you guys that don't know me, my name's Laura. I am an energetic alignment coach, and I specialize in helping people with their emotions. And it's something that we never ever learned, right? We never learned what our emotions actually are, and sometimes we see them as bad or good. Yet in reality, they're all here for a specific reason. And I kind of came to learn this about 3 years ago. I was following this timeline that we all know very well, right? I was a high achiever. I was somebody who always set my mind out to things and I just accomplished them. Yet I found myself in this place where I was feeling very unfulfilled, and I had all of these material illusions in my life. I had a house. I had at 25 years old, I had a house. I had a boyfriend of 6 years. I had 2 dogs. I had a brand new vehicle. I had a 6-figure income working as a paramedic with pension benefits, all of these things, right? And I was inside, like I was just unfulfilled, and I didn't really understand why at the time. And looking back, it had nothing to do with those things, right? It's like I've got like most of those things like now. And if I had all of those things now, I would be such a different person, because it comes down to the person that we are inside. And it doesn't matter all of these external things that we have. If we're not happy with that person that we are inside, none of those things, regardless what we feel, are ever going to bring us that happiness. So I got to this point where I was feeling very like low on who I was. My relationships were falling apart. Like my mental health was at its all-time low. And I was kind of the same point as Joe, where I remember driving home from work one night after a night shift, and being on my way home and being so exhausted, like falling asleep at the wheel, and just thinking to myself, I'm like, if I drove off the road right now, like, would I even care? And that was kind of that light bulb moment. And my mom knew that I was struggling, and she got me involved with a health and wellness company. And I went to an event. And I know it was an event that brought Joe kind of out of his darkness as well, because when you get around other high vibe people, it's like you're able to like energetically pull each other up, because that community and that support is so important when it comes to anything that we're doing. Having people believe in you, having people see you, and just empowering you on what it is you want to achieve. So I went to that event, I came home, and then everything in my life kind of came crashing down. My relationship ended, sold my real estate. Took one of the dogs of the 2 and went back to my parents' house and lived there for a few months until I could get back on my feet. And at that moment, I committed to myself that I was going to start living for myself again. I was really going to go on this mission of finding out who the heck Laura was without all of these labels. And I know this has been a year where a lot of you guys can probably relate to this, where a whole bunch of stuff have been stripped from our lives. And when all of this exterior stuff is stripped from our lives, we're left here basically standing naked, unsure of who the heck we are and what the heck we're doing. Right. And if you're feeling that way, I want you to know that it's like the most beautiful blessing in disguise, because when we can truly start seeing all of the power that we hold within ourselves, it's going to be such an incredible journey once we are able to start bringing these exterior things back into our lives, because we start seeing what actually matters in life. And it's different for everybody. But I know for me, even through this year, the only reason I've been able to thrive this year is because of my community. And because I'm doing something that I am doing for work that aligns with who I am and my passions, and being with people like Joe, where I get to do what I absolutely love and help people in a community environment. We've all got highs and lows. Even now, Joe and I both have good and bad days. It's like we're human and we've got these emotions, yet it's when we can have that vulnerability and reach out and just share these things to be able to lift each other up, because hopefully not every single one of us are in this low at the same time, right? Hopefully some of us are at the highs when the other ones are at the lows, so we can like pull each other out. Then if we are, we could just have this like pity party together, and they're like, hey guys, we got to get out of this hole, okay, let's go, and then start crawling back up, right? But it's like doing this together is just so powerful. So our vision for this workshop is really to just bring together an intimate group of people who are excited, who are passionate, who are excited to be able to take a look back at this year And instead of seeing those challenges as things that are affecting them and bringing them down, we really want to help empower you to see all of these challenges as something that's going to be able to move you forward for the rest of this year and also into next year. So we're going to be talking about a lot of things. It's a 3-hour workshop. You get to do it straight from home on Zoom, exactly like this. And we're going to talk about this past year. We're going to talk about your gifts that you have in this present moment. And Joe has an incredible, fun, what do you call it, like an activity to do. It's going to be very interactive.
We've got a couple of good fun ones lined up.
A couple of good fun ones. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. And then we're also going to talk about goals and like how to actually get those set so that there's something that you can actually tangibly achieve. Because if you're somebody that's a high achiever and you want all of these things, a lot of the time we set these goals that are like very unrealistic, and then we end up setting ourselves up for failure. So we're going to show you with Joe's and I's knowledge combined together in this workshop to give you a 3-hour incredible workshop that's going to lay down the tracks for you to be able to take your knowledge from here and implement this into your everyday life so you can get more clear on where you're going, all of the amazing things that you have going on in your life right now, and really take that into the future moving forward. And like, we're just so fired up for it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. We can't see them, unfortunately, right now if you're on here live with us, but we will get back to them and answer them. Do you have anything else to add, Joe?
Gosh, well, you light me up when you talk. I get so excited. It puts me in the moment working on putting this workshop together with you. And when you start talking about this and knowing the breakthroughs that people are going to have. But the biggest thing about this is getting clear on what you really, truly want. And whether it's big, small, and different, however brave you want to be, I promise, whatever you want to shoot for, there's a way to get it. Somebody's done it. I believe in all of you. You got to believe in yourself too, but we're going to give you some things and some tools, like you said, that really work. But community is definitely what got me through this year as well. And one thing I do want to say is success can be a lot of different things. You, for instance, in your story, you had the money, you had the career, you had the 6-figure income, right? Yet you still felt empty, right? You weren't in alignment, energetically alignment. I'm so glad that you became in tune with that and figured out that who you were and how to share that, because I'm a big energy person too. I just don't know how to control it or like what's going on. When I align with people and I talk to them, like they've got good energy. I'm not sure what it is. You can help people figure out what they really want, align their energy to that, and it just sets you on a much clearer target. And we love empowering people to do that. Success has many different hats it wears. It can be financial. I chased finances and wasn't fulfilled. You know what? And I've also had one of my most successful years this year in a very challenging year in many other facets, and just actually smashed a lot of goals that I put up on my reality board. But we want to give some tools and stuff away. We want to get you a little bit interested. But my question to you is, where can people get registered for this event coming up on the 19th?
Amazing. So yes, so you guys can go to the Eventbrite link that we have set up. We also have a Facebook event page set up. So I'll go ahead and put it in the comments. The
Sweet.
Tickets, we wanted to keep this a low price. It's been a rough year. We get it. We really wanted to give back in this. So it's a low cost of only 29 American dollars for this 3-hour workshop. So it's going to be incredible. There are limited spots. So please make sure that if this is something that you're interested in, please go ahead and grab your tickets right away. We've got 9 days until the workshop, and they will fill up fast. And also, please feel free, if this resonates with you, please feel free to share it on your Facebook page or with people that you love, that you know are wanting some motivation now moving into the end of the year. They're feeling stuck. They're looking for something more in their life. We're very excited for this. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free to just put them in the comments or shoot either of us a message.
Yeah, this is your chance to get a head start. Almost everyone else is waiting until January 1st to start kicking their goals. We want to get you set up a couple weeks ahead. So when January 1st hits, you've got so much momentum that nobody can slow you down. So hop on board. Like I said, like Laura said, limited spots. We want to make sure that you get out of this year and set up for next year more prepared than you could have imagined. So take advantage of it. We're looking forward to connecting with you and seeing you all on the 19th.
Yes, amazing. Have an amazing night, everybody. Thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.